talk football?
We can always talk football.
I just want the team that I want one time.
You see things other people don't see.
Rewind that back to the start of the play.
That's one of the things I love about you. All that matters is what you think. Write your own story, Sonny.
You're like the sports movie god. Like you play sports movies better than anyone else. What other sports would you be willing to tackle?
I'd do a basketball movie.
Yeah.
If it was right. Just like I'd have done a football movie 10 years ago, if it was right. I like doing a movie where it's really are the teams and it really are the uniforms. I wouldn't have done this movie if it was fictional, in a sense of, well, who are they? Who are the Outlaws? They're not an NFL team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I only do them if I think they have a chance to be great. And I thought Draft Day did, and I thought Ivan, who directed the movie, just did a great job.
You gave away the whole team's future for three first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Are you a football fan?
Yeah.
If your team did that, how would you feel?
Well, he did it first, and I think he was making mistakes early, you know, and he even admits it in the film. I'm making mistakes. I'm feeling a level of pressure, and yeah, that doesn't sound right. But most people, if you are the architect of your own life, you have to do what it is you want to do. I'm sure you told people I'm going to go into journalism to some extent.
They thought I was insane.
They thought you were goofy.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to do that? And all the questions start right away. How are you going to do that? And actually, they're more afraid of what you're going to do than what you're trying to do. And I think in this game, you have to be intuitive. And I think that somebody understands how to build a team. And some people build it through the draft, and some people build it through trades.
Yeah.
And some people do it both ways. And I think this movie has an unusual amount of tension that people didn't think it could actually have.
My mother loves you. Like, she used to think she was Whitney, so since The Bodyguard, she loves you. How is the reaction when, like, older black women meet you in the street? Do they freak out? Because my mother would freak if she saw you.
Well, they're really good to me, and people are good to me around the world. And I didn't realize that me doing Bodyguard would have that effect on people. I just thought Whitney was beautiful, so I didn't see what other people thought was a big, bold move on my part. You know, I just did a movie right now that I financed all myself, paid for it. No one wanted to make it. It's called Black and White, and it's about the notion of racism. And I made it because I believe in it, and I believe people like your mom will believe in it.
Yeah.
And I believe that you as a moviegoer will believe in it, because it tackles that difficult subject that we all seem to be dancing around so much. And it's a great movie, very much. To me, it's just like Field of Dreams. To me, it's just like Dancers with Wolves, but it's called Black and White. So I make movies for people, and I don't see color, I don't see boundary. Only thing I recognize is kindness and love. I've seen the other to a point I don't want to hear it anymore. And so, you know, I make movies for people that still want to go sit in the dark and watch something. Draft Day does that. Black and White does that. No, they're not special effects movies, but doesn't mean they can't be important.
Allie is like the voice of reason in this movie. She's the one everyone goes to for advice, normally in a supply closet. What's the most awkward place you had a serious conversation?
Oh gosh, I've had so many crazy the crazy conversations happen when you're on set and you're mic'd, and you want to have a real conversation with the person that you're working with, but you know you're mic'd and you're afraid that people can hear it. So you're talking in code and you're half covering up your chest the whole time, and you're saying, well, if you really want to change things with me, you need to, you know. So those are my everyday awkward conversations.
So you're good at relationship advice?
I am not afraid to dole it out if somebody asks.
Okay.
Is it good advice? I don't know.
You don't know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. People always ask me for advice. This one guy asked for advice. Said, I got my side chick pregnant. I don't know what I don't know what to do. I said, well, you know, you dropped those seeds. You need to just own up and own that one.
Well, I haven't gotten that one yet, but I will. If I do, I will send that person your way.
Okay. Thank you. Now, Allie is also, her sports knowledge is phenomenal. I thought I knew a lot about sports, but hers was just off the chain.
Of course, it's her job.
Yeah. You know, you're married to a big sports fan. How is your knowledge of sports compared to Allie's?
nothing compared to Allie's. I mean, I really love sports, and when I'm focused on it, you know, before I had kids, I really knew everything about the Red Sox for a few years, where I knew who was pitching, what their stats were, how they pitched against this team in the past. I had some stuff settled in my brain. But now I just chase little people while the games are on, so I feel like I catch little bits and pieces here and there.
What have you learned from your kids? Have they taught you anything yet?
I mean, I've learned a ton from them, and I've learned a ton just about myself from them, but yeah, they're kind of fountains of knowledge, those little people. They soak everything up and tell you stuff you had no idea of all the time.
Just got done interviewing Kevin Costner. He's
Come on.
Such an amazing guy.
Such an amazing guy, right?
My mother loves him, by the way, too.
Everybody loves him.
What did you learn from him? Like what? Because those conversations, like they're like engaging. So what was an engaging conversation, and what did you learn?
I learned so much from Kevin, I couldn't even begin to tell you. One thing is I learned every word to all of his songs because, you know, he's a big songwriter, has a major band, and that was a blast for me.
Yeah.
It was also just watching him work. He has this really amazing combination of being super intense and really casual at the same time. So he seems like he's throwing it all away, but he knows exactly what he's doing, and there's so much under it that it definitely holds you.
How did it feel to be sitting there? You guys sat there. I know it was a mock thing, but especially for you to be back at draft day, how did that feel for you in this film?
It was surreal, man. You grow up wanting to get drafted, and you know the process has become a huge show and a big production, and just being a part of that, you know, being a cog in the wheel of that whole thing, you know, seeing how it really works and the inner workings of it. It was surreal for me.
It wasn't mock for me. I mean, I was like, I'm gonna enjoy this because I didn't get this, you know, and it's the same thing. For one, it was like, look, we going first round. And we were there.
We knew that.
I mean, when the commissioner was right there, I was like, what's up, dog? You know, it was just like, it's our revenge on the NFL. Because when they cut you, you go. They don't think they're ever gonna see you again. You know? And every time I do a project, every time I'm still around, every time they see me, I'm like, I did not go anywhere. Yeah. And it's validating because the thing is, the draft itself can invalidate you because you start to feel like, man, am I real? You know, wherever you get picked, that's where you think you are. But all that stuff can change.
Yeah. Now, as players, how would you guys feel if your team gave away 3 first-rounders for the next 3 years?
Honestly, man, I don't get too involved in the draft. So like, whatever they do, they're gonna do, man. I mean, as a player, you understand it's a business, and they're gonna do what they want anyway. So you just gotta focus on your craft. So if they want to do that, they're gonna do that.
See, what you gotta understand too is that draft day is what it is a movie trailer. Mm-hmm. It's the biggest movie trailer ever. So it really benefits the league to make it a big deal because the movie trailer is like, man, that's hype, man. They had tornadoes and they had that. But then when the game out there, when you watch the movie, you're like, or you're like, that movie was better than the trailer. That's how it is with the players. Know all that hype don't mean nothing. When you get on the field, everybody goes down. You know.
They use real teams in here, so when I actually saw you in another team's jersey, it was like, oh wow. Like how did that feel for you to put on another team's colors?
It was weird, man. You know, you get dressed for a game, you know, every Sunday, and you look down and first you get in the mirror, make sure you're clean and everything. But for the scene, you know, I got a Cleveland Brown jersey. It was just so. I was like, and the number was that was number 35. And it was like I'd never picked that number, but it didn't look right, man. And you know, I made it. You know, I love the Cleveland Browns colors and all that. You know, I love the city. It's awesome. But it was weird. It was a weird experience. Yeah.
Now, how about the success of your show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Last time we talked, it was just coming on, and now it's like award-winning and everything. How did that feel?
It feels awesome, man. Because you don't know, man. It's like having lightning in a bottle. You know, most of the time when you do TV, they're trying to find ways to take you off TV. That's pretty much every week. They're like, you're almost out. You were almost out. I mean, I've seen them cancel shows midway through like an episode. It's crazy. Before and the next day they're like, cancel. That's the climate that we're in right now, and the NFL got me ready for this. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's kind of that thing where your performance game to game determines whether you're there next week. And so to have everybody, you know, be behind us like this and us getting the Golden Globe, which really means the whole world is watching. Yeah. You know, it was really, really just surreal and awesome.
How was that for you?
That was fun. I think that was the thing that kind of, you know, it allowed the audience to
I
relax.
think my time is running out a little bit. But can you just do Russell Simmons reacting to a haunted house?
Oh, I fucking love it. I love haunted house.